Happy President's Day. Let's cover the week ahead weather for you and also talk about the chances for snow while diminished. They're down, but not completely out for the DC region. And you still have some reason to be excited about snow if you live south and east of town, well south and east of town. And first off, you can see in the advisories below winter storm watch well south and east of town, as I just said. And it's where 3 inches or more, 4 inches of more might happen for the winter storm watch criteria from our local National Weather Service office. And as you can see in the kind of more in the DC area, no advisories, no watches for the Wednesday afternoon through Thursday morning snow potential. It's generally looking like the track wants to keep south and southeast of us in the DC area, but we still can't rule out dusting to 2 inches of snow still on the table, and some track fluctuations, some little changes and dancing of the track is still possible as we get closer to Wednesday. And if we do see accumulating snow, the general time frame is Wednesday 4 p.m. till about noon on Thursday. Kyle, Nico, Kenny, thanks for joining. Emily on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, X, and Facebook tonight. Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. Anytime you need us, we're at cwg.live. Just type that into any device, and it's not behind a paywall for some of our material. This is our holiday Sunset Live Q&A chat. Our weekly chat, normally done on Sundays, but this is a holiday Monday, which I don't think happens again until Memorial Day. So we'll be regularly back to our weekly Sunday Sunset chats from here on forward until about the end of May. Hello, Maria and David and Ruth Elisa and Paul. Good to see all of you. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook. Ruth Elisa, I'm sorry to hear you lost power yesterday. I saw several instances of wet soil and wind more easily kind of toppling trees with that loose soil, and the roots were loosened from all our rain recently. So I'm very sorry to hear you were affected by power outages. And I think a friend, one of our weather gang friends, had their house smashed by a tree. Wind has been crazy in Silver Spring. David, thanks for tuning in and updating us on that, and appreciate your report. And Paul, good to see you, and Maria as well. All right, we've got the original on Instagram wanting another big one of snow. Keep in mind, with some snow season hope until kind of mid-March or so, so don't completely write snow season off just yet. And good to see you, LD Toss and Sandy and Kabrowski. Are we still thinking this will be a less impactful snow event this week? Yes, we're leaning less impactful. Let's go through the details. Anywhere from kind of 0 to 2 inches is where we're looking at for the directly within 1 county radius of the DC area and the Beltway. So let's go through our snow headlines for you and make sure you check out all the latest at cwg.live. I'm Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. This is our weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A Holiday Monday edition. Substantial snowfall is looking less likely this week. I want to still have you monitoring things, but I think the most we could see is about 3 inches, a 10% chance of maybe 3 inches in DC. That's kind of like our upper ceiling as it looks now. And there's at least a 10% chance, maybe a little more of zero, of nothing, because the track has kind of shifted southeast of town. So we'll keep you posted also using the snow potential index, our daily update of kind of the snow potential index of what we think in the next week or so might be an inch or more of accumulating snow. So that's the way we express that in a daily format there. Keep watching our SPI, which we recently diminished down to a 4 out of 10 for an inch of accumulating snow. But the latest there, we keep you posted at Capital Weather Gang at cwg.live. So all the latest headlines are there just as an example. And we've got further, impact things to talk about. The winter storm, overall winter storm impacts expected to be just barely a nuisance for us on Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. The yellow south of town is where you start getting just a limited impact, and more substantial impacts, winter weather driving impacts and airports flying impacts. And those are kind of relegated to southeastern Virginia and northeastern North Carolina. So this could be more of a kind of smaller impact area, but still there is a potential for upwards of 4, 8 inches of snow down closer toward Virginia Beach later into Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. So we'll keep you posted, of course, at CWG Live, and watching for any small last second dances and shifts in the track of this storm. For potential Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. Rosie, thanks for tuning in on Instagram. NCS, Deniken, Becky, in Woliak, and good to see you. Yakumavar, thanks for tuning in. Hi, back to you. And I'm sorry, it looks like I got a no from Mazor on Instagram, so not happy about the forecast. Apparently, a snow lover. Word combinations, Shegnon, Laurice, Natulum, good to see you on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Good to see you, M, on X. Bittersweet feeling about not seeing a foot of snow. Indeed, it's the snow lover in me wants snow, but the adult in me doesn't want too high of an impact. Hello in Baltimore, Brian. Scott, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. We begin kind of being a little milder at the end of the weekend to the weekend. So let's look at my temperature slideshow for you. Tuesday, pretty chilly. Wednesday, chilly. Thursday, chilly. Plus or minus a few degrees of 30. And then we finally get a little sunnier and brighter skies on Friday. That kind of begins our warm up. Could be a little bit windy into Saturday as we get milder as well, and into the weekend. We just finally get some 40s back, I think, this weekend. So, Scott, just hang in there. If you're tired of some of these freezing temperatures, better times are coming for you. Hello, Viral on Facebook. Good to see you. And we've got Eric. Hi, good to see you on Facebook. Indeed, we were watching the models and seeing that they've come in much lighter than recent. So we are always going to report to you the latest trends. Uh, and yes, sometimes social media likes one particular model run and one particular model in particular. Even though we have a sweet multitude of global weather models, you have to consult them all, and don't take any one particular thing as gospel. That is our lesson for you from the Capital Weather Gang at CWG.live. So always watch for not just what the model looks like, but what the trend of the model is from the previous run, and what kind of the entire group, the background simulations associated with every model, what kind of their trends are looking at as well. Rick is asking about the drought in the area, so I'm happy to show you we are still generally in a severe drought for much of the area. Let me find that for you. I've got lots of slides for you tonight. So the darker orange is still a severe drought in the area, kind of closer toward the Potomac and the bay and points eastward. That's where we're most wanting some replenishment of groundwater in the region. Luckily, it's not growing season, so it's less apparent the agricultural and hydrological impacts for our area. But yeah, we need to keep getting snow and rain chances for the next couple months, just to keep the water table happy in our area. All right, so we've talked about temperatures. Let's look at wind for tomorrow. Still a little bit breezy. A couple breezes around, gusts around 25 miles per hour are possible. And I think we then have less of a wind story for Wednesday and Thursday. And then I think wind might be back in the picture a little bit for Friday and Saturday. But at least we'll have brighter skies and kind of warming temperatures, as you can see above this forecast at a glance just above my hat. And of course, we're always available. There's one snapshot of our CWG Live page for you. So make sure at the very top there, you'll see that right now on our landing page for CWG.live. Just type that into any device. Precipitation animation for this week shows we get a kind of glancing blow according to the European model, just one of many global models that we were talking about a minute ago. So we could still see, a little bit of light snow chances. Dusting to 2 inches is still on the table for Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. And clouds are generally dominating the skies for most of the week. I think we get a little bit of bright skies tomorrow. Wednesday, Thursday, pretty darn cloudy, but brighter skies on Friday into the weekend. I think Friday is my highest confidence day for a good solid amount of sunshine. And then rainfall amounts over the next 7 days, showing kind of that southeastern trend of our next storm. And so this is just the liquid equivalent of any snow that might fall. And you can see pretty light liquid equivalent amounts that are potentially converted into snow, 0 to 2 inches of snow generally on the table right now. I think we'll see a dusting still, but we got to watch this trend, right? If it continues south and east for this storm track, we could be taken out of even seeing some light snow chances for Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. So we will keep you posted on that. All right, a quick review. Looks like we should look ahead. A couple of you are asking about what does it look like next work week. No major signal for temperatures or precipitation. Maybe a slight lean for above average temperatures and a very, very slight lean for above average precipitation, but really not too interesting. The atmosphere doesn't want to give up the ghost on which way it might head, so we can't directly say this will be average temperatures and average precipitation for next week, but there's no clear signal for much above or below chances at this time for temperatures and precipitation. And of course, as we were talking about the drought, still in our region, we need every raindrop or snowflake that we can to recharge our water table, kind of along and east of the Chesapeake Bay and tidal Potomac areas. All right, I am Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. We're talking about snow chances being down, not out for this week. Anytime you need us, we're at cwg.live. Kelly, thanks for joining. Duritz and MJ and Elian and Ben and Medikamama. Good to see you all on Instagram. I'm making sure I haven't lost too many questions or comments. Looks like I'm caught up. Here we go. We've got Grateful, Prince William County or Stafford County getting snow on Wednesday to Thursday. A light snow is possible in those two counties. But as you can see below, the shaded kind of darker blue in southeastern parts of Virginia, that's where a winter storm watch is hoisted right now for Wednesday and Thursday. And that's because that's where the potential is mainly confined right now for 3 inches or more of snow. So while Prince William and Stafford, grateful on Instagram, could get some light snow, it doesn't look like a major impact event at all. So that's why winter storm watches are not near our area just yet. And the storm has trended for a little further out to sea, south and east of our area. So we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it. Chances are down, not out. The ceiling right now, 10% chance in the DC area of maybe 3 inches, and at least a 10% chance of nothing, of zero. So we'll keep you posted. There still is time for a couple little track shifts and dances as we get closer. So please, keep checking back with us once a day at cwg.live. We're trying to keep a lot of our material outside of a paywall for you. So we're happy to see you, and happy if you can use us as one of your trusted sources. And of course, consult more than one as you see fit. Substantial snowfall looking less likely is one of our stories. Snow potential index is updated every day, and that's one way we kind of give you a snapshot of our latest thinking. With our snow potential index, we've downgraded to a 4 out of 10 for the potential of an inch or more of snow accumulating. And the latest headlines are farthest below there on our cwg.live page. So that's where we are anytime you need us. Again, I'm Camden Walker. This is our Holiday Sunset Live Q&A chat. Our last holiday Monday until I think Memorial Day. So after this, we'll be back to for many, many weeks, to our weekly Sunday Sunset Live chat. Good seeing all of you on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Pippa, Rika, Ace, and we've got Paul. Paul, thank you. I appreciate your trust in us. And Elisa, uh, we will right now we'll know about Wednesday and Thursday with more and more confidence as we go forward in each day. But right now, we're looking at maybe a dusting to 2 inches, and that's pretty good. I think our ceiling has a 10% chance of 3 inches and a 10% chance of nothing, of zero. So those are the goalposts we're working within now. I think you would agree it is more in focus than the 1 to 20 inches that we had 5, 6 days ago. So I know people are frustrated with economic, meteorological, medical prognoses. Like it's one of those probabilistic fields where all we can do is give you a data-driven answer for you. And right now the data supports a light dusting to 2 inches with 0 10% chance and 3 10% chance. So those are the ultimate goalposts that we're working within right now. All right, so good to see you, Antoine. Uh, I hope you avoid the snow. It looks like you're not wanting snow right now. And Keegan, the storm trend has been off to the south and east. That's why we're expecting fewer impacts, if any, for our region. In the gray shading here, very nuisance, tiny impacts further south and east of town. That's where you have limited impacts in the yellow. And then more substantial impacts in southeastern Virginia in the orange and reds, where they could see upwards of easily 3 inches, if not maybe 8 inches or so, and that impacts roads and airports and such. So the winter storm overall impact for our area is looking pretty limited, if anything, for Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. All right, Antoine, love snow all the time. Patty, thanks for the kind words. I appreciate you tuning in for our analysis. And Ruth Lisa is looking forward to the Eagles parade as well. And we've got Ruth Elisa. Wednesday morning commute doesn't look impacted as it looks now. Wednesday evening, if you can leave a little bit early, before 4 o'clock, should be okay. Maybe I'd say 3 o'clock because I know the anticipatory anxiety of DC traffic and roads where everyone's trying to leave early. We've had issues with that. So maybe you can telecommute mid-afternoon onward. That would be ideal for Wednesday. All right. So we've got Rigmarole tuning in from Instagram, Amy Greer and Jihoon, Tethria, Carol, 19, Alison, and Heather. Good to see all of you on Instagram. And hey, Lisa, most welcome. And you're fine not having the children home from school. You're happy with more limited forecast for Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. Excellent. All right. Thanks for everyone tuning in on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X. I'm Camden Walker at cwg.live. You can find us at the Capital Weather Gang anytime. Our Holiday Sunset Live Q&A chat mainly focused on our Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning snow potential, which has diminished. It's down, but not out just yet. Worth monitoring a little bit in the coming couple days as we get closer. I'm on the air another 4 minutes for this is our weekly Sunday Sunset chat that we're doing on a holiday Monday. Now for President's Day, happy President's Day, and our next one will be Memorial Day, if you can believe it. So we'll be back into our regular Sunday weekly habit and next week in just about 6 days. Happy birthday to your sister Ruth Elisa and Michael. No snow chances behind this storm as it looks now. Dave, you're most welcome. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook. And Rick, the Thursday morning commute could be a little problematic, but if we're talking, as it looks now, a dusting to 2 inches, I think road crews can generally keep up with that in a pretty good manner for Thursday morning. I have pretty, decent confidence in that with low snowfall rates. E. Martinez, the subtropical jet stream decided to move further south and east. We're forecasting a storm that doesn't even exist yet. So what happens? The uncertainties build with time, right? So if you want answers far into the future, we have uncertainties building on uncertainties on more uncertainties. And so with a storm not even materializing, it can easily fluctuate and move 100 plus miles if the jet stream, one of the branches, the subtropical jet stream south of us, decides to kind of move out to sea a little bit. That's where it looks like the storm wants to follow along a little bit more out to sea. South and east of town is where we're now looking at, more moderate impacts for heavier snowfall. So that's hopefully a good summarized answer for you. Mama Dukes, thanks for joining. And Gwen and Solti and Becca Zure, good to see you. And KJ Law as well. Capital City, thanks for tuning in on X. Winds are really not a story. Let's look at that for tomorrow. Maybe a couple gusts, 25 miles per hour. Then we settle down Wednesday and Thursday. Wind is actually not a story during the potential light snow event, Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. And then I think as we turn sunny again on Friday and start warming up into the weekend as well, a little bit of wind is in the forecast again, I think, for Friday and Saturday. Let's look at those temperature trends really quick. I mentioned kind of chilly tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, within a few degrees of 30, I'll say, generally speaking. Forecast at a glance right here above my hat. And then we start getting milder again by Friday, and 40s are on the table for the weekend. So milder, closer to average for this time of year. Hi, Evan. Hi from Chevy Chase. Christelle and Jennifer Novak, good to see you on Facebook. Thanks so much for tuning in. And Sean is already looking forward to Memorial Day weather. Laura, thanks for tuning in from YouTube. Good to see you. Most welcome. And Rick, you're most welcome. Thank you very much. And Patty, I'll check in the drought with you. Here we go. Still along and east of town, a severe drought. D2 it's known on the middle of the scale there. So it's termed as severe droughts. Impacts are limited right now, but outside of growing season, luckily, agriculturally and hydrologically. Water table, though, could use some recharging and more snow chances and rain chances in the coming months in the tidal Potomac and points east there along the bay. You can see as well in the graphic below me from drought.gov. All right, we've got Greg and Marcia. Thanks for tuning in, and Kevardi. Let's run through things really quick. I'm still in the air another couple minutes or so. Let's see. I want to show you all of my graphics. So precipitation animation, just giving you a brief idea of how we're looking at a glancing blow. Light snow event for the DC area, more south and east of town, for Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. Still not guaranteed. We're thinking dusting to 2 inches, but 0 to 3 inches is kind of the broader goalposts on this storm now as it has shifted south and east of town. Clouds dominate the picture until I think Friday is going to be a very sunny day, and breezes, if not a little bit of wind, kicks back up again. Precipitation over the next 7 days reflects a lack of activity, storm activity, and fronts moving through. We have limited amounts of rain and liquid equivalent for what might be snow, light snow, maybe on Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. We're looking at a dusting to 2 inches right now, and we'll keep you posted, of course, at cwg.live in case there's a little last minute dance of this storm system, which is slightly possible. And we need more rain in that just to kind of get the drought under control. All right, let's look at the temperatures and precipitation trend for next work week. Speaking of drought, no, that's not what I want. I want to show you next week. There we go. Temperatures don't have a major signal for next work week, maybe a slight lean above average. And precipitation also kind of not a lean either way, but if anything, a slight lean above average north of town for precipitation. So we don't see a stormy pattern and a kind of a major shift in our weather next work week as it looks now, but we'll keep you posted as we get closer. All right. That is my quick last second summary. It is time for me to go. I'm over my 20 minutes. We're at cwg.live if you need us. I will see you in 6 days for our weekly Sunday sunset chat from now until Memorial Day, which is our next holiday Monday. Joy, please do be careful around Charlotte. You're on the edge of maybe some heavier snow from this storm Wednesday into Thursday. Live, JG Cooper, thanks for tuning in on Instagram, and Christy and KD. Swimmer, I'm sorry you won't get heavy snow. Hopefully, we can still keep at least some light snow in the forecast. And I do want to keep everyone, back of your mind, stay tuned to maybe check in with us once a day. So make sure we have a fix with higher confidence on where the storm track ultimately ends up as we get closer to Wednesday, please. And Paul, most kind, and David, good to see you. And Teresa, I will hopefully find some more snow for you in the near future. All right, so let's see. Ruth, Lisa, you take care as well. And Keegan, snow, if we get a heavier snow, would help the drop. But if we only see, a dusting to 2 inches on Wednesday afternoon to Thursday, that's not really going to dent the drought enough because the liquid equivalent, which I do want to show you, here's a reminder. When you melt all that down, the liquid equivalent over the next 7 days is very limited rainfall levels. So that's why this dry pattern begets a dry pattern. It's hard to nick a drought when it has started. All right. I have got to go. I'm loving talking too much, and we'll find you at CWG Live over the next few days, and we'll keep you posted on this Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning light snow event as it looks now. 0 inches is on the table, as is maybe 10% chance of 3 inches as well. So we will watch it for you and take care. Have a good, safe, shortened